So this weekend, I had a chance to go to locals. I haven't been able to do that in quite some time, so I decided to play my favorite deck. That would be Code Talkers. This is the deck that I'm known for playing around Kansas City, and I know people are always really excited to see it, so I figured I'd do a deck profile. This profile is very similar to the one that I played for Yu-Gi-Oh days and got first place as well, but it is updated for the new format. So without further ado, let's get into the video and show off the deck. So the first card that we play is Triple Microcoder. We play 3 of this card. It's, if not the best monster in the deck, the second best. You can use it from hand for the link summon of a Code Talker monster, and if sent to graveyard for a link summon that way, it lets you add any Cynet card. If used on field, it lets you add level 4 Cybers monsters. The second card we play is 2 Code Radiators. This is just like Microcoder, except this card, this card can be used from hand for the summon of a Code Talker monster. But when this card is sent to grave, you can target a monster your opponent controls, its effects are negated, and its attack becomes 0. If it's used from field, you can target 2 instead of just 1. The other coder we play is 2 Code Generator. If this one is used for the summon of a Code Talker, you can Foolish a monster with 1200 or less defense, specifically a Cybers. If it's used on field, you can add it, and you can use it from hand just like all the other coders. That is the gimmick with those particular cards. We are also running Triple Lady Debug. This is pretty standard nowadays for any Cybers deck. It's basically the Stratos for the deck, lets you add any level 3 or lower Cybers monster on summon. We are also running 2 Parallelixies. I got these upgraded to supers, was very happy about that. You only run 2 of this card because it is searchable with Cynet Codec. Then we are running 2 Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. This card is absolutely insane in this format. If you have the opportunity to use this and you can still go into your combos, you always do. If this card is used for a link summon, you give it to your opponent, and while this card is on field, the controller cannot special summon monsters except link monsters. This stops your opponent from using most hand traps on you. Gamma, they can't Gamma you, they can't Nibiru you, they can't use Impermanence if anyone happens to be running Impermanence. It's relevant that the opponent cannot use the Eldritch traps on you because those do special summon as well. This is also really hilarious to give to a virtual world player. They pretty much have to tribute over it or they lose. For the Salamangreats, we are running a small Salamangreat package. We're running Gazelle and Spinny. These are all the main deck Salamangreat monsters you need. There are some combos where you search Gazelle and then you send Spinny just to bring Spinny back and get an extra monster on board. But those are the only ones you need. Potential normal summons, aside from that, we run Cybers Gadget, Dotscaper, Formud Skipper. That's it. That's it for the additional normal summons. You usually send this off of the Code Generator, and this is part of your combos. In that it lets you search a level 5 or higher Cybers monster if it is used for a link summon, which lets you search Parallelixies as well as Gachiri Etiknister. This card is so stupid. It's an extender for the deck, and if it's sent to the graveyard for a link summon, I believe it's anytime it's sent to, it's anytime it's sent from the field to the grave, you can target a monster you control, and that monster is unaffected by opponent's card effects. You use this in combos to ensure that specific pieces of your end board cannot be interacted with. We are also running 1 Link Infraflyer, 1 Mathmech Subtraction, and 1 Mathmech Addition. These 4 cards are your additional extenders I decided to run Mathemech Addition and Subtraction because I felt like you needed extra extenders this format. And if you're going second, these can come out and instantly become a Lingeribo to ensure that you're getting over traps. The only hand traps that we are running this format are just triple Ash Blossom. This deck doesn't have a lot of rooms for hand traps, or at least not this variant of the deck. So you want to be sure that your hand traps are relatively impactful. Ash Blossom is the only hand trap that I feel is good in every matchup, so I decided to run this one. For our spells and traps, we are running Triple Signet Codec. This card is the single best card in the deck. Anytime you summon a Code Talker monster, this card lets you search for a Cyberse monster of the same attribute, and it is once per turn per attribute. So as long as you can keep link summoning Code Talker monsters of different attributes, you can keep searching. Unfortunately, people are running Droll this format, so this card isn't as good as it was last format, but it is still absolutely insane. We are running Triple Signet Mining to get to pretty much our whole deck. We are running nothing but Cyberse monsters and Ash, so it's everything. I ran Triple Forbidden Droplets. This was just a format choice. I just wanted something that was potentially good against everything. I didn't want any dead cards. If you don't have this card, I would recommend running Gamma or Dark Ruler No More. But don't stress over this card. You really don't need it. But it is what I chose to run. Largely because of the next card, Salamangreat Sanctuary. You can search this off of the Summon of a Balinx. I rarely actually use this card for its effect. I grab it for a discard target. It does come up for its effect for specific combos, so I'm still going to run it. But you can just discard this off Droplets or Signet Mining just to ensure that you always have a discard target and you always have the extra card in hand to do so. I am also running 1 Signet Optimization, 1 Signet Conflict, Monster Reborn, and 1 for 1. Signet Optimization and Conflict are both searchable off of Microcoder. You need to know the combos in this deck to know which one to search. If you have the combos to keep going, you search Optimization as long as you can still end on something like a Trigate Wizard, and you grab Conflict if you know you can't end on the extra negate, or you know what you're playing against and you know you need this card. Monster Reborn and 1 for 1 are just both really good extenders. So onto the extra deck, we are running 1 Lingeribo, 1 Talkback Lancer, and 2 Salamangreat Balinx. These are your link 1s for the deck. They are very important for combos. I would not run less than this. Lingeribo, in a lot of the combos you just need triple link 1s. And this card is absolutely absurd going first or second. If you can end on this, you can negate evenly matched. If you start with it, you can negate your opponent's trap cards responsively. Talkback Lancer is stupid good for combos. This card lets you extra link very consistently. And it's full recovery off of an Ibly or a Cyberse gadget. Onto the link 2s. We are running Update Jammer for easy OTKs, 1 Splash Mage to be sure we can always get into the cards we need to. Card's insane. Code Talker Inverted and regular Code Talker. These two are both very important as they let you get into your darks and your lights respectively. And if you have a Cyberse monster in hand and have Signet Codec, whenever you have Inverted Code Talker, you can organize your chain links so that this is chain link 1 and Codec is chain link 2. You'll search a monster and then you'll be able to summon the monster that you searched. But once again, you have to have a Cyberse in hand that you can summon off this, or else that is an illegal interaction. For our link 3s, we are running Trigate Wizard for easy negates off of turn 1 boards. Xcode Talker, Shooting Code Talker, and Double Transcode. Transcode is the only monster in this version of the deck that I would run multiples of. This card is super important for beginning combos, and it also lets you recover. Two of it comes up all the time. Shooting Code Talker lets you draw off boards and get over massive fields. This is the first card that I would cut, though, if you need to cut something for something else. Code Talker is super important for combos, and it protects the monsters it points to. And for our Link 4s, we are only running Access Code Talker and Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. So those are both very important. Onto the side deck, I am running one additional copy of Ibli. This card is so good this format. I side in a third copy if I'm going first, and I know this is good against the matchup, just to be sure I can get to it. I also side one Called by the Grave to get over Droll if I'm going first. Droll can be the death view in this deck. Then I am running 2 Dark Ruler No More, just to get over big boards. It's pretty self-explanatory. Then I am running a whole lot of back row removal. I expected to see a lot of back row today, for this weekend. So I am running triple Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Evenly Matched, and 1 Red Reboot. You just want to be sure that going second, you can get over all of the back row and just wipe your opponent's board, go in for the kill, or set up an unbreakable board yourself. And then I am running 1 Cynet Conflict, or an additional Cynet Conflict, in the side if I don't know what to side out for a particular matchup, or if I have to take something out for a particular matchup and I'm going first, I'll side into this just to ensure that I can get to it. The card is very good. And then as a little spicy tech, this never came up today, but I did run 2 Imperial Iron Wall. I figured I could flip this over after the opponent did all their plays in Eldritch, and then needed to get their extra cards in order to play, and then just kind of say, nah, you're not getting back any of your advantage. That was the idea with this card. Unfortunately, I did not play any Eldritch. Round 1, I played against Galaxy. Round 2, I played against Shadal. And round 4, I played against Infernoble. Round 3, I played against Infernoble. It was a 3-round tournament. That's it for the profile. That said, I am planning on posting a combo video in the form of a deck exploration series on Code Talkers. Please subscribe to the channel if you would like to see some combos for the deck. So, aside from that, please post in the comments section if you have any questions or comments. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.